Good morning, all of you.
Morning, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the poem
Good
from.
morning, ma'am.
Uh, Good morning. This is the poem from the book First Flight. The second poem, Tiger in the Zoo. So in this poem, the poet Nishu Nayan, Mike, Nishu Priyanshu Kumar, mute करो. This poem is about a tiger who is caged in the zoo. And what is the message of the poem? The message of the poem is that uh, even the animals have the right to move freely, and but men cage the animals for their own fun and entertainment. But the poet says that it is not right. It is not right. It is very immoral to cage the animals. पोएट का मानना है कि किसी भी जानवर को कैद करके रखना जो है वो सही नहीं है. So the poet is against keeping the animals in captivity. Hmm? The poet says that animals should not be kept in the zoos or in the circus for the fun and the entertainment of human beings. So the basic message of the basic message. Mute yourself, Nishu Nayan.
ध्यान से बात करना चाहिए.
निशु नायन, प्रशांत, म्यूट करो. So what is the message of the poem? The message of the poem is that animals should not be kept in captivity. They should not be kept in the zoos and the circuses for the entertainment and fun of the human beings. Why? Because freedom is precious to everyone, isn't it? आजादी तो जानवरों को भी अच्छी लगती है. तो
Yes, ma'am.
इट इज. हाँ, तो हर किसी को जानवरों को भी अधिकार है कि वो आजादी से रहे. तो men do not have the right to cage the animals for their own fun or entertainment or for their own selfish purpose. So here the poet is an animal lover. He is against the idea that animals should be kept in the zoo or in captivity. He says that leave the animals free because they also have the right to live freely in their natural habitat. Animals should be allowed to live freely in their natural habitat. That is the message that the poet conveys. And in this poem, the poet tells us about the pain of tiger who is kept in the zoo. Uh, the poet is an animal lover. He loves animals, so he can feel the pain of the tiger who is kept in the zoo. This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. So, contrast means what? Points the difference. Contrast shows the difference. Huh? Contrast means difference. The poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with a tiger in its natural habitat. The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle. So, in the first stanza, the poet paints the picture of a tiger who is kept in the zoo, how the tiger is feeling in the zoo. The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle. Then the poet draws the picture of a tiger who is free in the jungle and back again to the zoo. Read the poem silently once and say which stanza. So he stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. He should be lurking in the shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where the plump deer pass. So he stalks in his vivid stripes. So who does he refer to? He refers to the poet is talking about the tiger. So he refers to the tiger. And he refers to the tiger. Where is the tiger kept? Where is the tiger in the poem that we are studying? Where is the tiger kept?
Zoo.
In the cage. In the cage, ma'am.
Yes, the tiger is kept in the cage. The tiger is kept in the cage of the zoo. And the poet is telling us how the tiger in the cage is feeling. It is quite clear that the tiger is not feeling happy in the zoo. If you take away anyone's freedom, uh, how the person feels? Very angry, very frustrated, isn't it? uh, if you take away someone's freedom, it's very natural that it will feel angry and frustrated. So the same is the case with this tiger. The tiger stalks. What is the meaning of stalk? Follow quietly. Follow quietly. Vivid means very bright and clear. So the tiger has bright and clear stripes on its body, black and yellow. So the tiger has very bright and yellow stripes on his body, bright and clear. Uh, the tiger's body is striped body, uh, stripes of yellow and stripes of black. And what is the tiger doing? He is walking quietly. The few steps of his cage, he cannot walk for a long distance. Why? Because the cage is very small. छोटा सा पिंजरा है तो उसी के अंदर वो टहल सकता है, पिंजरे में वो कैद है. He is in the cage, so he cannot move out of the cage. So he walks the few steps of his cage. So here the poet, in the first stanza, the poet is talking about a tiger who is kept in the cage of a zoo. And the tiger is feeling very, very angry and frustrated because the man has forced him to stay in the cage. The man has forced him to stay in the cage away from his natural habitat. What is the natural habitat of the tiger? Batao. What is
Forest.
the forest?
Forest.
Natural habitat of the tiger is the forest. But what have the human beings done? They have forced the tiger to live in the small cage. The tiger, who is bright colored, full of bright clear stripes, is walking the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet white. So what pads of velvet refer to? The padded feet. Have you seen the feet of the tiger? It's very thick. It is thick and soft. So pads of velvet refers to the thick padded feet of the tiger. Thick padded feet of the tiger. So he is walking. His feet is very soft like velvet, thick and soft like velvet. in his quiet rage. So, and how is the tiger feeling? The tiger is feeling angry. Rage means anger. Uh, the tiger is not able to express his anger because he knows that expressing his anger is useless. अगर ये जो टाइगर है वो अपना गुस्सा दिखाए भी तो क्या इससे कोई फायदा होने वाला है उसको?
No, ma'am.
No. Even if he shows anger, is the human going to free him? No. So what he does, he is not expressing his anger. He is angry, quiet. Quiet means not expressing. So he is angry, but he is not expressing his anger. Not expressing. So he is very, very angry because he is forced to live in a small cage away from his natural habitat. His freedom has been taken away from him. So it is very natural. हाँ, किसी की भी आजादी अगर उससे छीन ली जाए तो वो गुस्सा तो होगा ही. तो यही स्थिति इस टाइगर की है. So he is very angry. He should be lurking. So in the first stanza, the poet shows the picture of the tiger in the cage. So in a cage. So here in the second stanza, the poet shows the picture of the tiger in its natural habitat. So here in the second stanza, where is the tiger? Tiger is in the natural habitat. He should be lurking.
Forest.
टाइगर इज इन द फॉरेस्ट. तो पोएट क्या कहते हैं कि टाइगर को, ये जो टाइगर जो केज में है उसको रहना कहाँ चाहिए? शुड बी मतलब कहाँ रहना चाहिए उसको? ही शुड बी लर्किंग. लर्किंग मीन्स मूविंग क्वाइटली. मूविंग क्वाइटली और हाइडिंग क्वाइटली कह सकते हो. हाइडिंग इज अ बेटर वर्ड. सो ही शुड बी हाइडिंग क्वाइटली, स्लाइडिंग थ्रू लॉन्ग ग्रास नियर द वाटर होल where the plump deer pass. So in the second stanza, the tiger is in the forest and the poet says that the tiger's real place is in the forest. He should be in the forest, hiding and moving through the long grass. Sliding means moving. He should be hiding. Why he should be hiding? To catch his prey. So the tiger should be hiding. What is the purpose for the hiding of the tiger? The tiger should be hiding to catch its prey. And where is the tiger hiding? The tiger is hiding near the water hole because this is the best place where he can get the prey. वाटर होल जो है सबसे अच्छा जगह है जहां टाइगर को अपना शिकार मिल सकता है. Why? Because the fat deer is sure to come here. All the animals will come to the water hole to drink water. So this is the best place where the tiger can get its prey, because all the animals come to the water hole to drink water, and then the tiger can jump on its prey and kill the prey. So in this stanza, who is the prey of the tiger? The fat. Plump means fat. The fat deer pass. So in the second stanza, the poet says that the tiger should be there in the forest, moving through the long grass, hiding to catch his prey, hiding near the water hole where the fat deer will come and the tiger will hunt the deer. He should be snarling around the houses. What else the tiger should be doing? Tiger को और क्या करना चाहिए? Tiger. So here the poet is painting the picture of a natural tiger. What the tiger should be doing? He should be snarling around the houses. What other things should the tiger be doing? He should be growling. growling, making warning sounds, giving warning sounds. So the tiger should be snarling, warning the human beings that it is near. He should be snarling around the houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs. Bearing means uncovered. Bearing means uncovered. So, how will the tiger frighten the human beings? By showing his white teeth. Fangs means teeth. And claws, sharp nails. So, how will the tiger frighten the human beings? So, how will the tiger frighten the human beings? The tiger will frighten the human beings by growling gurrakar, by showing his white teeth, by showing his sharp claws. In this way, he will be uh, frightening the people, terrorizing. Terrorizing means frightening, frightening the village. So, this is the natural character of the tiger. Huh? The tiger is in the zoo. Does it suit the tiger's personality? No, it does not at all suit the tiger's personality. What is the real character of the tiger? The real character of the tiger is uh, running and killing its prey, then growling, frightening people, showing people his sharp claws, showing people his white uncovered teeth, and frightening them. So these are the natural characters of the tiger. So in the second and third stanza, the poet tells us about the natural characteristics of the tiger. Natural characteristics of the tiger. uh, Frightening human beings, killing its prey, showing the white uncovered teeth, frightening the people. All this is the natural characteristics of the tiger. But what is the present situation? So, in the first stanza, the poet shows us the picture of a tiger who is in the cage. The tiger is walking quietly with bright stripes on his body. He is walking just a few steps of his small cage, and pads of velvet refers to the thick feet of the tiger, thick padded feet of the tiger, thick padded soft feet of the tiger. Why velvet? Because the tiger's feet is very, very thick and soft like velvet, pads of velvet. In his quiet rage. So, what is the mental state of the tiger? He is very, very angry and frustrated, but he is not expressing his anger because he knows that it is useless to express his anger. Expressing anger will not do him any good. So he is angry in his quiet rage. Rage matlab gussa, anger. And the second and third stanza, the poet uh, tells us about the natural characteristics of the tiger, that he should be hiding in the jungle, moving through the long grass near the water hole to kill the prey, that is the fat deer. Is hiding near the water hole because he knows that his prey will come to drink water. So this is the place where the prey will surely come. Then the poet says that the real characteristic of a tiger is to frighten people, to terrorize people. And how does the tiger frighten the people? कैसे जो है टाइगर लोगों को डराता है? अपने गुर्राने के आवाज से, अपने टीथ दिखाकर, फ्राइटनिंग, शोइंग हिज अनकवर्ड टीथ, अपने शार्प क्लॉज दिखाकर. दीज आर द things that the tiger does to frighten the villagers, frightening the village. But What is the reality? The tiger should be doing all these things, but what is the reality at present? He is locked in a concrete cell. He is locked in a concrete cell. His strength behind the bars. He cannot show his strength. Why? Because his strength is behind the bars. Bars are the iron rods of the cage. Iron rods of the cage. Stalking the length of his cage. Stalking also means moving, moving quietly. Moving quietly. But what is the reality? What is the reality? That the tiger is in the cage. His strength is behind the iron rods. He cannot display his strength. He cannot show his strength because all his strength has disappeared behind the iron rods of the cage. He is locked in a concrete cell. Concrete cell refers to the cage. The cage. Uh, Concrete cell, ignoring visitors. Now in the zoo, what happens? Many visitors come to see the tiger, but the tiger does not take any interest. Ignoring visitors means he does not take any interest in the visitors. The visitors look at him uh, for their own fun and entertainment, but he is not at all happy. So he does not at all take any interest in the visitors who come to see him. Then he hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars. So in the at the night, what kind of voice does the tiger hears? The tiger hears the voice of the patrolling cars. Patrolling cars means the cars who come to guard, the guarding vehicles. The guarding vehicles. So patrolling cars means the guarding vehicles. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars. In the night, he hears the voice of the guarding vehicles and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So during the daytime, what the tiger does all the time? He keeps on walking the little distance of his cage. He does not take any interest in the visitors, ignoring the visitors. Does ignoring means does not take any interest in the visitors. And in the night, what he does, he hears the sound of the guarding vehicles and he stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. With his shining eyes, he stares at the shining stars. So, why does he look at the stars? Probably he prays to God. He prays to God. He looks at the sky and prays to God that someday he might be free. So, in this poem, the poet gives us the picture of the tiger who is caged in the zoo, how frustrated he feels, how angry he feels, and but he cannot do anything. He is helpless. The tiger is helpless. The tiger here uh, is the victim of human cruelty. The tiger portrayed in this poem is the victim of human cruelty. Okay. So anything that you have not understood? कुछ पूछना है किसी को?
No, ma'am.
So, everything is clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So basically this poem is about a tiger in the zoo. So in the first paragraph, the poet tells us about the tiger with bright stripes on his body. He is just walking.
No, ma'am.
क्या निशु कुछ पूछना है क्या?
No, ma'am.
ओके. So what is the rhyme scheme of the poem? Huh? What is the rhyme scheme?
ABCD.
A B
ABC.
C
A B C D.
A B
ED.
C
ABCD.
A A B C B. देखो
A B C B.
ये जो है A, फिर ये B हो गया, फिर C, और फिर ये जो है B के साथ राइम कर रहा है रेज. So cage and rage, they are rhyming. So the rhyme scheme is A B C B. And what are the other figure of speech? Pads of velvet. Pads of velvet is metaphor. Pads of
Yes, ma'am.
velvet. Why? Because the tiger's feet are said to be of comparison नहीं है, टाइगर के फीट को वेलवेट बोला गया है, तो दिस इज metaphor. So you know about the four figure of speech: simile, metaphor, alliteration, and personification. So what is simile? Simile is when, can anyone tell what is simile?
Ma'am, direct comparison.
Direct comparison between two things.
Comparison.
Okay, simile is a direct comparison between two different things. Comparison between two different things which have some quality in common. जैसे कि as black as coal. What is as black as coal?
As brave as lion.
So this is simile. So, uh, the bride looked as beautiful as rose. So this is simile. Why the comparison is between the bride and the rose? What is the common quality? Common quality is beauty. And what is metaphor? Metaphor is implied simile, means there is no comparison. You assume that one thing is the other. So here the no comparison is made between the tiger's feet and velvet. It is said that the tiger's feet is velvet. So this is metaphor where you don't make a comparison. You assume that one thing is the other. जैसे कि he fought like a lion in the battle. ये क्या है? What is this?
Simile.
Metaphor.
Simile.
This is simile. So he fought
Oh.
like a lion in the battle is simile because you have the word like. Simile में या तो like होता है या as दो बार होता है. So, but if you say that he was the lion of the battle, so this is
Metaphor.
Metaphor.
metaphor. What is this? Delhi is an oven in June. Metaphor or simile?
Ma'am, metaphor. Metaphor.
Metaphor.
This is metaphor. So because there is no comparison, दिल्ली को oven से compare नहीं किया गया, दिल्ली को oven मान लिया गया है. So you understand the difference? It is assumed that one thing is other. There is no comparison. So then, so you have simile, metaphor, then you have alliteration. Alliteration means repetition of same sound words. हाँ, एक तरह का
अनुप्रास.
sound जब एक लाइन में रिपीट होता हो तो वो alliteration है. देखते हैं इस पोएम में कोई alliteration है या he should be snarling. Sir, sure. No, bearing his white fangs in his claws, but he's locked in a concrete cell behind. So here you see, you have one alliteration, behind bars. This is alliteration.
Alliteration of B.
Repeat हुआ है ना, behind bars. Behind bars. This is alliteration. The bar sound has been repeated. So this is alliteration. And what is personification? When the non-living things are shown as having the qualities of human beings.
Living things.
Living things. So that is personification. So these are the four main figures of speech that you have to study. So find words that describe the movements and actions of the tiger in the cage and in the wild. What are the words that tell you about the movement of the tiger in the cage? What are the movement words?
Ma'am, sliding.
Sliding तो जंगल में है. Cage में कौन सा word है? Stalk. Stalk also means to move quietly, follow quietly. So first you have to tell about the movement words in the cage. Find the words that describe the movement and actions of the tiger in the cage and in the wild. So in the cage it is stalk, and in the wild it is, wild means in the forest, it is sliding, और एक word था.
Lurking.
Okay, lurking. Okay, movement, action words कौन सा?
Snarling.
Action word in the jungle is snarling and terrorizing. दो action word है second paragraph में, snarling and terrorizing. Snarling Notice the use of words repeated in lines. On pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. So you can do the question answers as homework. One extra question I'm giving you, write it down. What is the message of the poem? Yesterday I gave you one homework letter to the editor. Did you do it? Hello? What is the message of the poem? A tiger in the zoo.
Yes,
If you don't have the book, I will send the PDF of this poem. But all of you are supposed to do your homework. Already I've told you, you have to make 2 copies. 1 copy for grammar and writing and 1 copy for literature. In the same literature copy, you will do the question answers of both the books, First Flight and Footprints Without Feet. And one more book is there, Words and Expressions. That is a workbook that is for practice. So, okay. So, what is the tigers doing in the zoo? Who will answer?
Can I answer, ma'am?
Okay, answer. Anuj?
The visitors.
What is the tiger doing in the zoo?
The tiger is ignoring the visitors
Ignoring visitors.
stalks in the zoo.
He just talks, he just walks the few steps in his cage, he ignores the visitors. Okay. What is the
Tiger walking in the cage.
Okay, Ayush Mehra, what is the meaning of rage? R-A-G, rage, what does it mean? Ayush? Ayush, can you hear me? Ayush Mehra, can he? Nahi. Aman?
Ma'am, may I answer?
Okay, answer. What is the meaning of
Ma'am,
rage?
anger.
Anger, yes.
Anger.
Okay, the tiger cannot express his anger, but he is angry. The tiger is angry, but he's not expressing his anger. Quiet. Quiet rage means the tiger is not expressing his anger. Okay. So, what does the poet say that the tiger should be doing? Advait? What should the tiger be doing according to the poet? Advait, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay. According to the tiger in the poem, it is caged in the zoo. But the poet also tells us what the tiger should be doing. What the tiger should be doing.
Snarling around houses.
Okay. Okay. Snarling around houses. Okay, so to do the homework, I will send the PDF of the poem in the class. Even if you don't have the book, you can. Shreyasi, mute your mic. Shreyasi. So, okay. So now I'm ending the class. But do your homework regularly. You should be in practice. Okay.